Mickey Mouse is accused of years of back payments for royalties to writers that existed way before buying many of their franchises, and Nintendo is still wanting to turn us into video game console engineers. We've got that and a lot more on this episode of the Weekly Geek. Terry, hit us with that intro. Hello AAC Universe and welcome back to the Weekly Geek. I'm your host Grand Admiral Joey and thank you for living life animated. If you are new here to the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell notification icon. New episodes of the Weekly Geek come out every single Friday, bringing you the best geek news from the week past. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you to each one of you that went over and showed some love on the first episode that came out last week. And to everyone that didn't go check it out, you have exactly 1 week of watching this video before I hunt you down and throat punch you for not watching the video. There's only about 120 views on the video right now, and there's 7 billion people on Earth, so don't play those odds. I'm coming after you. For the first bit of geek news, Marvel released a new Loki poster for us to gaze and feast our eyes on. Our beloved God of Mischief is back in his own spotlight instead of in the shadow of his brother, and the movie will take place after the events of Avengers Endgame. Tom Hiddleston returns as Loki with an additional side character played by Owen Wilson, whose fame stems from his legendary "Wow.
Wow. 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 And how'd that affect you with guys? Hey. Wow. Wow, look at this. Do you know what this means?
715?
Wow, welcome to the 700 Club, kid.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually super excited Owen Wilson is getting into the MCU and that Disney is using a big name actor for one of their supporting roles. And don't be looking for Loki on Fridays because you'll find it, but you'll be 2 days late. Loki is going to be released every Wednesday starting June 11th, leaving Fridays open for the Bad Batch. If you're like me and you don't want to watch Loki alone in the dark with your sadness and thoughts that torment you throughout the day, then come join the new AAC Watch Party stream. It'll be hosted by our superhero expert Aaron Waller and your favorite Grand Admiral. And we're going to have a lot more info on the stream watch party in the coming weeks. And in gaming news, Apple is rumored to be working on a Nintendo Switch clone video game console, according to a post on a Korean forum and then shared by a Twitter user, Fronttron. Apple is developing a portable hybrid game console, comparable to the Nintendo Switch. Yes, the source is pretty sus, but it's getting a lot of talk and picking up on some of the larger news outlets. The rumor claims that the new device will not be using A-series or M-series chips that are found in iPhones and MacBooks. Instead, the Apple console will feature an entirely new design chipset specifically designed for enhanced GPU performance and ray tracing. Apple is also reported to be in negotiations to create video games for their consoles with well-known video game studios like Ubisoft, the creators of popular titles like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Watch Dogs. Now, it may seem way out in left field for Apple, as they're most commonly known for their cell phone and computer innovations. But in 1996, Apple actually launched their own video game console called the Apple Bandai Pippin. The console was largely unsuccessful and discontinued following the return of Steve Jobs. But it does go to show that this isn't the first time Apple's tried something like this before. Tell me in the comments below what you think of this very sus rumor. Do you think Apple will spend resources to challenge Nintendo and other consoles in the video game industry? Do you think the rumors are mostly bogus? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And just for a little Nintendo side story, the Nintendo Switch just dropped a new app that is further proving what I said in my last week's video. Nintendo is trying to turn us all into video game console game developers with this new app called Calculator. And why is it called Calculator? Well, because it's a calculator. We're about to all become video game engineers. Is this it for Nintendo? Are we really about to construct our own video game consoles from home using cardboard and duct tape and designing them in GarageBand or Garage Builder or Garage Game? I don't know, but probably. Oh, and get this, it's not just a calculator, it's a $10 calculator that does just as much as the one on your smartphone. So yeah, grab that while you're out there constructing your next video game console on your Nintendo Labo X Game Builder Garage. Let's take a moment and pay some bills to help keep the lights on in this place. So head over to Animated Apparel Company right now and use the offer code GEEK to get 20% off all of your geeky apparel, anime comics, 90s cartoons, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We've got it all. Head over to the site, use the offer code GEEK. Again, that's offer code GEEK to get 20% off everything in your cart. And before we jump back into the news, I just want to mention that our wonderful AAC team brings freshly served content to you 3 times a week for a small price of being absolutely absolutely free. Just remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell notification icon because we have content that comes out 3 times a week, and you won't want to miss Aaron talking about superheroes, Ash talking about anime, Jake tells us about Nintendo, and I cover Star Wars and your favorite geek news show. In Star Wars related news, Mickey Mouse himself is being accused of not paying Star Wars royalties after Disney acquired Star Wars in 2012 and almost immediately decanonized literally decades of novels, comics, games, and more. Last November, Alan Dean Foster, a writer of many Star Wars and Alien franchise books, claimed that he had not been paid for royalties since Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012 and 20th Century Fox in 2019. Since Foster's published letter, writers of Disney properties including Star Wars, Alien, Indiana Jones, and many others have come together to demand Disney pay for royalty payments owed to them after many of the Disney buyouts. In April, these writers formed together and created the Disney Must Pay Joint Task Force, and they're backed by Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers of America in partnership with the Authors Guild, Horror Writers Association, National Writers Union, Novelists Inc., Romance Writers of America, and Sisters in Crime, many large organizations for authors and writers. For now, only 3 of the high-profile writers have reached a settlement with the Mouse House, but many others still are waiting. With the resurge of Star Wars in recent pop culture, this has left many writers missing out on royalties as new and old fans experience the decanonized versions of what Star Wars was supposed to be. Personally, what Disney did to the last 3 movies was a disgrace, and it's only evident that they are trying to kill Star Wars writers just like they're killing the franchise. And as more of the topic unfolds, I'll keep everyone up to date. Right now, the best thing you can do to help this fight is to keep in the public about this topic. Tell your friends, talk about it on social media, share this video on social media, and help put some pressure on the executives at Disney. And this topic is actually kind of close to me because I actually prefer the decanonized version of Star Wars and not the Disney rendition of it. The books and the comics and everything that came out before Disney will always be more canon to me. And for the last bit of news, National Anime Day is Saturday, April the 15th, this Saturday, and the streaming service Tubi will be streaming hundreds of anime for free all day long, including nostalgic titles like Cowboy Bebop and more recent titles like Hunter x Hunter and One Punch Man. Tubi is available on just about every platform you have, and they aren't paying me to tell you about this, but I just don't want you to miss out on this really awesome opportunity to enjoy the holiday just for anime fans. More titles on the streaming service include Attack on Titan, which I'm in the middle of watching right now, Banana, Death Note, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Naruto, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Galaxy Express 99, and many more, and you won't want to miss out on this opportunity to share anime, and go share it with a friend. Let me know in the comments below what anime you'll be watching on National Anime Day, and let me know what animes you think I should check out. That's going to be it for this episode of the Weekly Geek. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on any of these topics, as I'm really interested to hear what the AAC universe has to say. Oh, and don't forget to check out the content that came out this week on AAC. Aaron just dropped a new awesome video on the Venom trailer that came out this week, and we also just dropped an AAC channel trailer, and you can find that right here. I'll see y'all all in the next episode. Bye bye.